In my quest to leave a mark on the culture and make hip hop proud, I'd like to welcome you all to another episode of The Essence, presented by TED TV and powered by Validated Magazine and Live 89 FM. I am your host, KB Tyndall, and today I am joined by family from the BX, Mott Haven, to be exact. My man, 80 Reef, what's going on, son?
Yo, what's going on, cuz, man? I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, man. Thank you for tuning in and tapping in with me, man. You know what I'm saying? It's been a minute since we did one before over the phone, and I wanted to get this one, you know what I mean, kind of live and get a little bit of a visual going. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, definitely, man. So let's jump right into it, man. The last time we actually spoke, your man Just Paint was locked up. Has he touched down yet? Is he home?
Just Paint just came home.
All
Just Paint is
right,
home.
that's
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
up,
yeah.
man.
He definitely came home and everything. And we got our first show. We got our first show next month. We got a 420 concert to go to. So I'm gonna bring him out next month.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Definitely. We love
Yeah.
love to hear that, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Definitely. Love when the brothers come home and shit, man. So tell me why the title Art Money for the album.
Um, Shit. It's a couple reasons. One of the main reasons is none of my music has ever been geared towards money. You know what I mean? Towards streaming music. You
Right.
can hear me. Oh, let me know if I'm too low.
No, you good. You good.
Towards like streaming and making money off music. Everything is purely just off the love and getting that music out there. And I still have that same motive, but this time for the last few years of my life, everything been geared towards being independent, and being
Right.
independent comes with a lot of hustle and a lot of putting up your own money. You dig what I'm saying? So this time around, it's like I know what I'm geared towards, and I know what I'm focused on, and that is making money off this art. You dig what I'm
Right.
saying? It,
Okay.
it, it builds well with my moniker. So I'm
Right.
sitting back and it not be too complicated. Art money,
Right.
or project. So that's where it come from.
Definitely. That's dope. That's what's up. That's what's up. For those that don't know, what's the significance behind Painter's Cabin?
All right, so the Painters Cabin, we a group of friends and family that actually work together all the time. So we do music all the time. We have producers, in-house artists, more friends and family that take on the role as manager and A&R. So that's what the Painters Cabin is.
Definitely. That's what it is. All right, I'm gonna jump into some of the joints. We're gonna go down the list of the, you know what I'm saying, some of the joints that's my favorites off the project. So the first one, Blessings, you had a line in there, you said, I put pressure on my niggas and push them to the limit. They don't do the same for me. Sometimes somehow I feel offended.
Right.
Um, why is it so important for you to have a team that pushes you when maybe you don't even feel like being motivated yourself, and then vice versa? Why is it so important for you to push them?
Well, that's it's for that exact same reason. You know what I mean? The days that I'm not feeling motivated, there should be somebody around me to remind me and um and to hold me accountable. You dig what I'm saying? That wants it just as much as I want it for them. You dig what I'm saying? So I always put pressure on them to do what it is that they got going on. Our cousin Geechee Sumo, he got something called the Weekend Chef, and he got his clothing brand. But I always
Mhm.
put pressure on him to make sure that he cooks every week. Every time he do something, he sell out. So my job as a true like friend and a true partner is to make sure that he's doing the best of his ability, the same way that he pushes me and everybody else that's inside our group. You know what I mean? If we all doing our thing, we all looking after each other, then I can have a bad day. You
Right,
know what I
right.
mean? That can cover me.
Right. Definitely. That's dope, man. Because motivation's got to come from within, man. And it's good to have that team around you to give you that boost, but sometimes you may not have it. Definitely,
Right.
that's dope. That's dope. Liv Young is another track off the album. You talk a little bit about some violence. You talk about niggas you know that are dead or doing 25 to life. You also said that you said life in my pocket that was for protection. Bullets fired, none of them hit me. That was a blessing. Tell me a little bit about that song, and how you are, trying to keep your peoples out of the middle of violence and definitely out of the penitentiary, man.
Yeah, Liv Young is a big reflection, especially like my early life and my younger life kind of intertwined with each other. So I just wanted to be able to package that and give that back out. I also noticed that um, many times, like in the inner city neighborhoods, that we have a way of repeating history. You
Right.
dig what I'm saying? So I know Live Young is also going to be relevant for the kids that's coming up now. You dig what I'm saying? Young and don't give a fuck. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
My quote is and understanding like, damn, like everything was all good. You know what I mean? We used to chip in and do parties or hang out with each other. Now we chipping in, you know what I mean, for bullets. We chipping in to try to get
Mhm.
that gun. We chipping in trying to protect ourselves. But I'm also want to spread, just the purpose of awareness. You know what I mean? And hopefully when people do sit through and listen, they understand and they'll be able to reflect off what I'm talking about.
Right. Right.
And know that I've been there before. You dig what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's gonna always it eats at it'll eat at me, but at the same time, it's part of me. You
Right.
dig what I'm
Right.
I've learned to understand what it is and give it back. You dig what I'm saying? So that's what Live Young is about.
No doubt. Definitely. I could definitely identify even with that line. You know what I'm saying? Being shot at and being blessed not to be hit. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like there was a gap, like there wasn't, like, because I know for my generation a lot of cats went away for a lot of time because of the beginning of the crack epidemic, so there was
Mm-hmm.
like a gap left where there wasn't really a lot of OGs to actually teach the youth of probably your generation, because a lot of us weren't there. Do you
Right.
feel like that's still something that affects your hood in general, where there was a group of guys that didn't have that coming up?
For sure. For sure. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? The older dudes on our block, a lot of them was, locked up. And then for the ones that were around, still was into what they was into. You
Right.
dig what I'm So it almost came down to a like, you really not in a position to tell us nothing. Y'all niggas is still out here doing what y'all do. You know what I mean? As
Mm-hmm.
long as it's the right way, right, then, then it should be no judgment. But bridging that gap is one of the trickiest things because of the people that do go away, the people that's not here. You know what
Right.
I mean? You can't be too preachy to the youth. You got to kind of lead by example. I mean, I think that I say it best when I say, like, I learn from people that do it by example. I got an older brother, you know what I mean, with his head on his shoulders. He big on family, and that's a person that I take heed to. That's a person to this day I still look up to. You
Right.
know what I mean? I always say, like, damn, I got lucky. You know what
Right.
I mean? I do have guidance. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
do know when to turn it off. I do know when to not be in certain places at certain times. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
I do know how to move. And being around the youth, or being around my younger brothers, even my peers, I try to be that for them. And if I do invite them somewhere, it's always good vibes. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
grown now. So, like, you know what I mean? For my younger brothers, I try to take them out of the state real quick. Yo, this is what it looks like out of the state
Yeah.
before you life away and you don't even see what out of New York look like.
For real. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. All right. Favors. Song. To me, what I got from it was, a song about people that bailed on you while you was in various positions. Basically, they ended up showing their true colors. Are you finding that the more popular you become, or the more you chase your dream and people see you as an aspiring artist that's actually making moves, that's getting you to where you want to be? Are you finding that people are acting funnier around you?
I think, yeah, I would say, yeah, but most importantly, like, now that the doors are starting to swing open, or I'm just in momentum.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I needed that momentum. You dig what I'm saying? I remember when I kind of needed the energy around me, or I thought I did, and I want the energy around me, and I realized that people was just holding me up. You know what I mean? The harder I worked, the more I started realizing, like, I'm figuring this shit out on my own, but I came to y'all before. You know what I
Right.
mean? For that help, the shit that y'all couldn't help out with, I figured it out, and now y'all doubling back trying to help out with it. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They did me that favor. I'm good off that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm also able to see through some of the BS. You know what I mean? That's coming with it. I'm nowhere right now. You dig what I'm saying? Mentally, I'm there. You dig what I'm saying? Where I want to be,
Right.
because I can see it more clearly. Like, I'm in momentum of achieving what I set out to achieve. But I'm also seeing the BS. People starting to notice that as well. You dig what
Mm-hmm.
I'm tag along, and I'm all for it, but it's just like everybody can't go.
Right.
And I'm all right with telling people y'all can't go.
Yeah,
Dig what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Yep, the ride ain't for everybody.
Nah,
Absolutely.
nah.
Absolutely.
You gotta put the distance
No
between
doubt.
us.
Yeah, definitely. Astro Heart sounds like a toxic relationship. You talked about falling in love.
Yeah, yeah.
you you talked about how much you stay to yourself. Does this industry, or either one of those things, or both of them, does it make it harder to do? Does it make it harder to fall in love? And why is it okay for you to be able to be important being by yourself, especially in an industry where networking and everything is paramount. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Astro Heart was more so like a lot of my relationships kind of mixed in one, and that's just the
Okay.
kind of person that I am, and I had to kind of sit. That's another thing about just growth. Like I sit back and I'm like, yo, you know what? Like I'm usually by myself, but I'm by myself because I'm good by myself.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? Like I learned how to just, be to myself and that be okay. I used to be like, damn, that's a problem. Or even the females that I was dealing with was like, yo, you gotta be more, open, gotta be more, you gotta communicate a lot more. And even though like I've been trying through the years and trying to communicate, I know who I am. I am
Right.
willing to change, but I just know who I am. As far as the industry goes, I'm not really too much into the industry, so I've been networking and open to moving around. But I also move around town to town by myself. You
Right.
dig what I'm
Right.
saying? Making those moves and making sure that I'm heard and making sure that I got the best opportunity to put my music out there.
Mm-hmm. So I would take it that, like, for me, because I could be an introvert or extrovert, and like the whole pandemic really didn't drive me crazy because I'm not one of them dudes that needs to be out running around all the time. Did you feel like
Yeah,
kind of like the same way for you?
right. Yeah, I don't have to be around people all the time. Like I know how
Right.
to have a good time with what I got. I'm good.
Definitely, definitely. Concrete, that's a hard joint off the project. A lot of hustling and street elements on the track. How did the concept for that song come about?
Oh, we was just in the studio one day, and I was searching through some beats, and that beat kind of moved me the most. And I'm like, damn, like, I mean, I'm with some of my partners, and we in there, and we having like money conversations and shit like that. So tracks come along, like as soon as we sitting there, we start hearing shit. I walk in the booth. I don't even, what I mean. I don't really start writing. I just start talking,
Right, right,
and that,
right.
whatever came to my mind came to my mind. You dig what I'm saying? But it's a fun beat. Definitely a lot of bounce to it, and yeah, just I just wanted to create on that shit, man. Just what I was talking about at the moment.
No
You know what I
doubt.
mean? Came out on
Yeah,
that track.
definitely. Um, Frozen Beach is another joint that I like. You had a line on there that says, "Woke up in the morning, they all got a deal for you." Now,
Mm-hmm.
I know you still independent. Um, so I'm assuming that the labels or even labels that you come in contact with, they're not really talking anything that's interesting to you to even think about signing at this point. Like the independent route is still comfortable for you.
Right, and not even just they not. It's not good enough. I haven't shown enough. You dig what I'm saying? I'm going
Okay.
off based off catalog and based off where I stand because you gotta know where you at with it. You know what I mean? I do have goals this year to drop 5 projects. Like
Okay.
that's my end of the year goal to have 5 projects out. So that way when we do have that sit down again, it's like, all right, y'all niggas see what you see what's going on. Like you see this
Yeah.
full catalog. You know what I mean? That's my thing. I want to update my catalog this year. So we do be having, it's talks, it's A&R, there's meetings and everything, but I know what my goal is. And regardless of what they're gonna do and what they're gonna offer, I gotta end of the year goal I gotta meet. You know what
Right.
I
Right.
mean?
Right.
I'm focused more on what I gotta do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's gonna put you in a much better position. So when you do that and they do see the work, when you go into those meetings, basically the ball is in your court. You know what I mean?
Right,
You get to call the shots. You know what I'm
right.
saying? And that's always it's always good to be in that position. Definitely, definitely. Um. All right. So as a hip hop artist, man, what do you feel your responsibility to the culture is?
Oh, to definitely keep putting out good music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think we in a time now where people are kind of going towards singles, um, putting together content that may not have any real substance behind it. And I'm not really against it, because once you figure out that you really in the game to get some money, and that's what you're in the game for, I'm not upset at you. You dig what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's a music business, and it's a business. So if you was able to catch something and do something that got you out of a predicament that you was in, I salute it. I think I just hold myself a little more accountable to put out a lot of content. You know what I mean? I owe it to myself, I owe it to people that's been rocking with me since the beginning. And that's why I stand on that. You know what I mean? And it goes back to me dropping those projects this year to make sure, like an artist like myself, that I challenge myself and I update my catalog. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, I just so happen to get in a room with somebody, you know what I mean, with one of the greats, or somebody that's, you know what I mean, that's somebody, and they look back and say, yo, you've been working. That'd be a highlight. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, and you know me, man. I'm a bar heavy kind of dude. I love listening to shit where people really saying something, you know. And I don't knock any of the artists that don't do that. But what appeals to me is when I can see the growth in your art from each project or from each single. You know what I mean? And it's a pleasure to watch you grow in that way as well. Definitely. Last time we spoke, you were laying the foundation and getting your PR and your merchandising, you know, end of things, getting all of that stable. How have those areas progressed for you?
Oh man, I got a lot in store, man. I got a lot in store. So I'm giving you all the new drops that I ain't make none of these announcements yet. But
oh man, definitely, I love that, bro.
Yeah, got about 6 pieces of merchandise that straying from hats, shirts, sweatshirts, even down to socks. And what I'm gonna do with this art money collab, I'm gonna collab my merch with the project itself, because a lot of the merch is built around just the music itself, and we're gonna do a pop-up shop / listening party, but it'll be almost in like museum and auction form. The way I'm so that's what we building right now. All the clothes and everything, the mock-ups are done. And I'll give it about another week and a half after the music drops, and then I'll open up the store.
No doubt,
so that's
definitely.
Word.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed that with the artwork for the project. You know what I'm saying? Like it was kind of like a museum, you know, with an art piece and everything. So that even the artwork represents that. That's definitely dope. No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah, appreciate that.
How do you feel like you've grown as an artist and as a businessman in the last year because of COVID-19? How did you stay relevant? How did you keep working?
Oh, definitely as an artist, we sharpened our skills. We was doing the verses last year. The verses the same way that Timberland and Swiss Beats do it. We was doing underground level. So I got a chance to kind of network with dudes over live. And it actually worked out for me, because it was artists in the city that I hadn't heard from, or artists that I did know about and that did know about me, but we never got in a room to do no music or build with each other. We got on live with each other, and we got a chance to hear each other music, and now we got a relationship. You dig what I'm saying? So my network and my resources kind of built off of that. As far as the business aspect, it allowed me to sit back, because I was still recording and kind of load up. So I don't want to say I'm ahead of the game, but this is the most time where I actually had to plan out, you know, with all the content that I had backed up. You know what I mean? And actually sit back and say, listen, I'm not rushed. I'm not in no rush. You know what I mean? I know exactly where my funds are going to be allocated. So that's how. Yeah.
All right. That's what's up. What does hip hop mean to you, man? In your words, what does it mean to you?
Hip hop, like overall, or we talking about
just overall, what does it mean to you?
Freedom. Freedom. Hip hop's become opportunity. You know what I mean? Opportunity to change your standards, an opportunity to be heard, an opportunity to fucking shift culture.
Yeah.
That's what hip hop stands for me. Yeah.
That's dope. That's definitely dope, man. I don't hear a lot of artists say that. You know what I mean? A lot of artists is just it's just about the instant gratification. You know what I mean? As opposed to shifting the culture. You know what I'm saying? Which is what I think it should always be about, trying to be that next wave, not somebody else's wave, but your own wave that shifts the culture. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's dope.
That's what hip hop always been. Hip hop has always shifted the culture. Hip hop has always, since its development, as far as how we enjoy music, as far as how we enjoy each other's company, from it making its way into sports, the
Hmm.
influence it has, like we lead in every aspect of the word. Like when it comes down to changing something up, it's hip hop that's the leader of it. It's not no other genre or
Yep,
anything like
absolutely. Hip hop dominates everything. Everything.
that.
Yeah, definitely. Um, the album comes out this week, but tonight is actually Grammy night. Even in despite of all the protesting and everything going on, um, the best rap album category for the Grammys. Are you familiar with who the nominees are?
I'm not. You know what's so crazy? You enlightened me. I didn't know it was Grammy night.
Yeah,
Like you did. Yo, you know what's I be telling myself, man, I be setting goals to like to where I'm at, and I be
right.
like zoomed in. So you letting me know right now. I'm gonna have to just I'm gonna look it up, but let me know if you have it in front of you?
Yeah, I'm about to ask you about it. So, all right. So,
Mhm.
nominees for the best rap album category for the Grammys is Black Habits by D Smoke, Alfredo by Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist, A Written Testimony by Jay Electronica,
Okay.
King's Disease by Nas, and The Allegory by Royce the 5'9". Like, and I have never, I've been watching the Grammys for years through the boycotts and everything. And I've never seen a
I've
rap
never
album category this strong.
Yeah, me neither. That's strictly on rap too.
Yeah,
Like these are rappers. I didn't know Freddie Gibbs
exactly.
with the Alchemist. I didn't even hear that. But I
Yeah,
definitely heard Nas's album. But I couldn't be biased. I haven't heard everybody's album, but I
right.
know I want to double back and hear that Freddie Gibbs
Yeah.
and Alchemist
I
project.
Yeah, the Allegory by Royce is dope. The Freddie Gibbs part, they all dope projects. You know what I mean? They all got their elements of dopeness within them. Um, I'm a Queens dude, so I would like to see Nas win. but but even on a deeper lyrical level, I think Royce the 5'9" is, that's
Got it.
my guy. You know what I'm saying? Um, Jay Electronica's album was dope especially with the alley oop from Hove. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So it's a dope category, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to see who's gonna win it. And at the end of the day, it's a win for hip hop. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with that.
Definitely, especially with those albums that made it in.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
real rap right there. You know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
real.
Word up. Word up.
Definitely,
But I gotta
definitely.
go back and tune in and really give it a listen before I can say who.
Yeah,
I mean, who gonna come out on top on that one. But
for sure.
God bless them all for getting nominated.
Yeah,
That's
for
fine.
sure. Definitely, definitely. All right, man. So what's next for 80 Reef, man? You know what I mean? I know Art Money's coming out. It drops this Wednesday.
Yes, this Wednesday the 17th, Art Money gonna be on all platforms. Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. The pre-orders available right now on iTunes app. Yeah.
All right, definitely. So what's next, man? I mean, on top of the project, what should people be looking for from you in 2021 on top of those 5 projects that you planning on releasing?
A lot of merchandise. A lot of merchandise. I think we're gonna have a fly collection, a real fly collection that is universally geared towards everybody. Everybody can find some type of merch to kind of buy and rock out and be like, yo, this is for me type shit. That's what I'm looking for, man. I want to put my hand kind of like in the clothing lane, but not go too crazy. But I
Right.
do think we got an eye and I got a team for that. Shout out to my sister Ash. She a beast with it. Um and my brother Leek, he a beast with it, man. He made the cover art and everything, but
So
those are my creative, gurus right there. So I've been collaborations and not just collabs in a sense of like the Painters Cabin, not my camp. I've been traveling down to Charlotte. I've been traveling to the West Coast. That's coming up. So I do want to do some shit where I do projects with other artists. You know what I mean? Whole collaboration projects with other artists in different states. That's what I'm really looking forward to. You dig what I'm saying? At the end of the year, I just want to say I had a lot of fun. You
yeah,
dig what I'm saying? So that's what I'm getting towards. A lot more performances. I'm praying that the world open up this year so we can actually get back on them stages. I ain't performing
real.
like in probably like 2 years, man. So I'm ready to knock the rust off
Yeah,
and get out to the people and be hands on with this shit.
definitely. That's what's up. Yo, when you touch down on the West, man, when you hit Southern California, let me know, man. We'll link up. You know what I'm saying? We'll get another
I
one
say
in.
that. Say
Definitely,
that.
definitely. Yeah. All right. So any last words, man? Anything that we didn't cover that you just want to let the people know?
Uh, Nah, I think we really got to everything, man. We really got to everything. I want everybody to kind of like stay tuned and be on the lookout for me. Be on the lookout for
De-
me. To keep an open ear out for me. That's
definitely,
all.
definitely. 80,
Bro,
man, yo, it's a pleasure, B. Always a pleasure, man. Love to see you growing as an artist, man. And you already know I'm gonna be tapped in on everything, man. You already know what it is.
appreciate you. Appreciate you for having me, man.
Yes, sir. Definitely. All right.
Take it easy, cuz.
All right. Peace.